No. No, 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 not to go on, not to go on. Yes, people, what is going on today? What is going on? I hope everybody is well. Trying to get, the light to be different, if you know what I mean, because my glasses actually reflects of it. So tell me if it's bad, because I don't want to keep, changing glasses on a continuous basis because it's really irritating. I used to have my glasses on and there wasn't this many problems I get. Yeah. Yeah, do me a favor, people. Please hit the subscription button, notification button, like button, all that good stuff. Just woke up after work. Gonna go back to work, and I got another day after this. So Friday should be an interesting day. Can't wait for it. It's gonna be the preview show, Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. I'm not going to the game for once. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting show today. So we're going to talk about obviously Arne Slot. We're going to talk about Virgil Van Dijk. We're going to talk about Salah and Trent. There's a lot of news that's come out, obviously, and why can't I share it with you? I want to talk about tactics as well. How Liverpool's tactics is paying off during the season so far, because 3 games, 3 wins, 3 clean sheets. So how have we changed from the previous manager to this one? If you know what I mean, are we overhyping Arne Slot? That's what I want to ask as well. But yeah, get the comments through, people. That's what I'm here for. I'm always here for you guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. And discuss. You know what I mean? I'm not new to beats. Discuss. You know what I mean? Discuss, people. So that's what it's all about. Yeah, I've got the new kit. Got the new kit finally. I wore it anyway in the previous show, but yeah, it's a good kit. It's really nice, But the Nike tick, the way it is, it's strange. Like, how can it go upwards? I know it's your last kit, you know what I mean, before Adidas come in, but come on, man, make some effort, make some freaking effort, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so I want to discuss about Arne Slot basically, and what you guys think of him, because are we overhyping this manager? Is he that good, or is it early season syndrome? Like it's a kind of thing like when you get a new manager in, he does the business in the beginning of the season, and a lot of credit goes down to him. What do I? I think there's to me what I think is the system and the way he plays things at the moment. It's refreshing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing Jurgen Klopp and his coaching staff. I thought they were phenomenal when they were here, but we could do better. You know what I mean? We could do better. If you know what I mean? And there we go. Yeah, big up John Conway. And I got to the new away kit. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, but the tick is weird. It's the tick is very, very strange. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, in regards to the manager, we could do better in a sense. Like, once he starts getting his ideas through, the team will perform in a different level, compared to what we're doing right now. Now we're doing all right, but we're still got that bit of Klopp in it, if you know what I mean. And I don't think anyone noticed about that. I know I keep mentioning it to people. We still have that Klopp formation, and he always talks about the Klopp team and all that stuff. Yeah, so it's good in a way, because when you got the players coming from international football and playing in a different way straight away, it will affect the team. The winning mentality ain't gonna be there, because they have to get into grips with the new formation, if you know what I mean. So it's a good one so far, but there's a long way to go. There's a long way to go. I'm just waiting for that moment when he gets his ideas through. So let me give you the tactical board, and then we could discuss from there. I want to go down obviously to Gravenberch, and then the rest of the players, because Gravenberch is playing phenomenal at the moment, guys. Like, he's doing well for Netherlands as well, man. He's doing pretty well, and a lot of hype is surrounding him. And I'll worry about that. If there's too much hype around him, it could affect him and all that stuff. So yeah, let's talk about the tactics, then we can move on to other stuff. Let's do this, people. I don't know what is going on. If I'm freezing again, I'm sorry, people. I'm trying my best here. You know what I mean? I'm trying my best. There you go. Should be all right now. So let me get the tactical board on here, and then we could discuss like further what's going on with our team. So as you can see, people, this is the formation that we play. Um, what I like about it is it's more suitable to the players that we have. If you look at Trent inverts, but not inverts to the extent of Pep Linda's kind of inverting. It's a smart inverting, if you know what I mean. If we got the ball, he goes back to right back, and he defends well, and I like that. You look at Konate; he doesn't overextend himself. He doesn't do what he used to do anymore. He actually stays in his position more instead of like always coming out and trying to help the Trent out. That's why the likes of Gravenberch and McAllister stay in front of the defense, because the protection for the fullbacks it's there. But what I like about this formation is when Trent inverts, is when we're attacking, and when we're defending, he goes back to right back position and defends better. If you know what I mean. So it's very nice. It's very very nice, and as you can see, it's a formation that's that can win you things. You know what I mean? Can win you like cups, can win you titles. Because what I like about it so far, guys, yeah, everybody has a role to play, and when we have to go back, everybody gets back. And I've noticed that. I keep watching the games, don't I? So I look at it, thoroughly. I look at it the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Trent doesn't always, let me just get there. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Haven't used this for a while. You can say Trent doesn't always, go like that. At times he does stay here. At times he does go there, and at times he does go. He does overlap Salah as well and put some crosses into the box. So we're more of a threat from every direction. In the old days, it was Trent and Robbo going forward and creating for the strikers, for everybody else. It was always like this, and it became predictable because other teams, what they did was they stopped us playing our proper game because of them two creating the chances for the strikers on a regular basis. And yeah, I remember it was I think it was I don't know, is it when we won the league? Yeah, after we won the league, a lot of teams just targeted them too, and they struggled pretty badly to go forward, and get back. This hence why we had to do this inverted role for Trent to create more chances. Does it create more chances? I don't really think so. I think like we used to create chances back in the day when them two were like bombing up the left and the right. But now you can see like that's happening, and more stuff is happening around the pitch as well. Because with these two here, the relationship that they have, Gravenberch and McAllister, is phenomenal. Because they complementing each other. One of them actually stays, and one of them goes. He goes, he stays. But there's always that interlink between each other as well. What tricked Man United the other day is they thought Gravenberch is going to be the one that's sitting, but it was really McAllister that was sitting. So when teams prepare for other teams, you prepare of like what you see on the pitch, don't you? So we tricked them in that way. Gravenberch went more forward than McAllister, and it worked out because each time let me just take this out. Each time we went forward, we was actually a threat, and not only that, Gravenberch kept on reading their chances. So reading the ball. Each time it was going here and all that stuff, so he intercepted it, which made us go forward, and like the likes of Soboslai flourished even further, like, and created more chances, if you know what I mean, and that's what I liked. I really like that. I really like that. Like passing over here to Salah. Salah can shoot and score goals. You know what I mean? Or pass it to Jota. Jota had a few opportunities, but he didn't score. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, people. It was very refreshing to see like our formation is different to the normal formations that we used to do in the past. And this guy's a dangerous guy. A lot of people don't understand, how dangerous Soboslai is. He stays around this area, and what I like about him that people don't notice when we're all back, and we're defending, he's the at ball. He's the at ball. Like we pass out, you know, and he's the catalyst for us attacking. So when the ball goes to him, he passes it there or passes it to Jota or passes it to Diaz, so we could have a quick counter attack to create more chances to score goals. If you know what I mean, people. So yeah, it's something special that's happening around the pitch, and the most important thing with him is he's not only the at ball, he actually defends here. He covers a lot of ground, if you know what I mean. And with his energy, I hope it doesn't go like what happened last season. Where we used him up on the right, running up and down for these two, and he got tired, and his legs, it's pain in it. Pain starts coming through the body, and it hurts him. It hurts that player pretty badly, if you know what I mean, as well. Yeah, but yeah, it's fantastic what I see of the formation, and the most important thing is about this team is we're back to what we was before. We defend together, we attack together, we back each other, and that's what I like about us. I really, really like that. The reason I say that because it brings a lot out of the players, if you know what I mean. That's on the pitch. Bring on Cody. Hey mate, what's going on, Cody? Hope all is good, mate. Um, yeah, how's it going? I'm good, man. I'm good. I thought like, why don't I do a stream for you guys today? Just show you guys what we do on the pitch. And is Gravenberch the six that we need? Do we need a new number six instead of, just leaving him on there? You got to ask questions because a lot of our fan base is already saying like Gravenberch is the one, and we'll just leave it at that. And I don't think it's that. I think we still need a number six that's gonna, make their game better, if you know what I mean. Because if we keep, you know, persistently doing it with Gravenberch in that role, he might get tired. I know we've got Endo on the bench, but is he the answer for a replacement for Gravenberch? I don't think so because the qualities of Endo is completely different, if you know what I mean. And a lot of players at pace Endo, and he gets a early yellow cards. A lot I've noticed about him, which you know it's a frustration, but it's hampers his game. His game doesn't really flourish that much either. If he gets the early yellow card, if you know what I mean. And yeah, there's one game obviously Endo played pretty well, which was the one against Man City last season. The way he played against De Bruyne, and Rodri was one of the best performances I've seen from a DM in a long, long time. But um, what Arne Slot likes is power and pace, and that's not what he offers. If you know what I mean, he's a destroyer more than of a person that joins in. If you look at Gravenberch when he's got the ball, there's no more. Have you guys noticed? There's no more passes going this way anymore. It's always going forward now. He passes it on the to players that's on the run, and puts balls in dangerous areas. If you know what I mean. And this is what Man United struggled the other day. It was just too much, going than the other direction, which is going forward and going back, if you know what I mean. And if we're more like this, and this guy stays here, this guy plays everywhere, if you know what I mean, and gets back as well. And you got Jota. What I like about Jota as well, guys, he doesn't shirk defending for the team. He's always running up and down, runs out wide, as well as forward. He always goes back and backs the team. He goes everywhere, and not a lot of credit is given to Jota in that way, because I'm a firm believer like the defensive side starts from the front, and with Jota, he's a bit of like an Ian Rush, if you know what I mean, guys. If you haven't watched Ian Rush, he was the first line of defense in the successful era of Liverpool Football Club, and when you start from the front, it helps the defense, so the midfield and the defense, because it puts a lot of pressure on the opponents, and this is why I like Jota when he's up front. I hope he stays fit throughout the season. With Jota, we've got the issues with him not staying fit, if you know what I mean. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on today, but yeah, whatever. Have you seen the new John Niles video? What did he say? I swear it's the best thing I've seen on YouTube. Uh, with Kylian Mbappe. I don't know. I've heard about the story this morning about Kylian Mbappe about to join Liverpool, and we was about to pay a lot of money for him. I don't know about that, man. There's stories always out there, false stories, as fake news, as Mr. Donald Trump says, just to make you think the owners, they're spending. That's what they do, bro. That's what they do. But I'm not a believer that Kylian Mbappe was coming to Liverpool. I don't do that. I really don't do that. I know what these owners are all about. Already, Cody. This season, we needed a DM, we needed a centre back, and probably a left back just to help the team out. Just three players, in all those positions. You didn't have to spend much, and they didn't do that. I mean, if you're a firm believer of FSG, it's down to you. But real ownership wants to win titles, and our ownership don't want to win titles, because if you behave in this way, that means you're not interested in winning titles. I've always heard from people, actually from Boston, from America, saying the same thing. They are businessmen, they're not interested in winning. If they spend money, that means it's gonna affect their pocket, and that's what they don't want. All they want to do is invest and all that stuff. So, like, let me put it this way: you invest money into the team starts winning titles. That means you have to spend again, season after season after season, because to keep you up there with the best teams in the world, and that's what they don't want to do. So think about it that way, mate. Like, anything that affects businessmen's pockets is a bad business for them, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to say to you guys. You look at the team, everything. I'm putting all those arrows there just to make you understand. There's more work to this than usual. If you look at the past few seasons under Klopp, listen, I will never put Klopp down into not being a great manager or anything like that. He's one of my favorites of all time. I'm a big fan of Klopp, and I mean, he brought us back to reality, where Liverpool's supposed to be. And supposed to be, that song, supposed to be, yeah, Omar, he brought us back. He brought us back to where we belong, and I will never, say anything bad about Jurgen Klopp. I know where we was before then. I mean, we was buying the likes of Paul Lambert and Joe Allen's of this world, the Balotellis of this world, Benteke's of this world, players we should never buy in the first place. Anyway, this is what we was buying back in the day. Before Klopp, if you know what I mean. So how can I ever criticize a manager like that? But I think with that manager, with Klopp, he got style. The reason I say that is because I don't think he got the backing that he deserves. So, all these years he's been giving you 100% on the pitch, off the pitch, and everything. Surely he deserved better players than he got, and he didn't. You know what I mean? And he just became less interested in winning, because you could see in the demeanor of a human being, if they are, sorry guys, let me just put this here in case it goes off, if they are really interested in winning titles or not. I don't think, Klopp. I remember when he used to talk at the end of the season, we're gonna go again next season, we're gonna try to win the league. He used to say the things like that. Now, in the last, was it two, or last season or the season before as well, you don't hear anything like that. It's just to compete, and it was sad. It was really, really sad, because that winning mentality disappeared, because you could see it on the pitch as well. The players weren't covering the pitch as they used to. They were just part of the team, and that was it. And it really frustrated me. I'm watching the players, like, where's the running? Not running to the extent of injuring themselves, and they're doing too hard on the pitch, but as a machine, that machine that used to do things back in the day. That was missing. And I think the winning mentality from the coaching staff and the manager disappeared, because if you don't get the players that you need, it really it makes you think twice about it. It deflates you, and that's what's happened to Jurgen, man. And I was sad. I was really sad, because I love the guy, man. Really, really, really love the guy. Hang on, let me see what's saying. It's a video on YouTube with Mbappe. Oh, I'll check it. I'll check it, bro. I agree with you. Though I wish we had Zubimendi. Yeah, Zubimendi, man. It's sad. It's really sad. You know what I mean? It's always, what's sad, Cody? When you need those players that's gonna make your team different, like challenge for titles, and make you dominate games. We don't get them for some reason. That's what frustrates me more than anything, bro. That's what frustrates me more than anything. We don't get those players for some reason. We just get the second rate. Like, I'm not saying Chiesa is second rate. There's a reason Juventus couldn't wait to get rid of him. There must be, a bad injury, and Liverpool are, spending 10 million on a player. It's not going to affect anyone's pocket, not even FSG's. Let's just be honest there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a strange one. It's a strange one. Yeah, so as you can see the formation, guys, this is how we play the games. Soboslai is crazy, man. Like the distance he covers in the games is out of this world. What he needs to improve on is his final ball. Final, guys. Where's the comments? Come on, people. Let's get the comments through. And I'm here for you guys, as I always say. It's the final ball and final pass, obviously to players. And what I need from him more often is when he's in that position, outside the box. I've seen him a few times the other day against Man United. Is to take shots. Do you know what I mean? Trouble the goalkeeper. Okay, you're gonna miss a shot or something like that. It's part and parcel of the game. I mean, I'd rather you take it, hit the target, than miss hit it and goes over the crossbar, it goes to the corner flag or for a throw in. Just take a risk. I mean, that's why you're a number 10. Taking a risk is what you're all about in that position, brother. So that's the next step for him. All the hard work here is working out, because we're what we're doing at the moment that people don't notice is, their DM, say, Casemiro, is getting marked now. Like the DMs, they're not comfortable in. Like every team has a DM. They're not comfortable in their position because they got a guy there that's harassing them on a continuous basis. When they get the ball, they start shaking. Getting a nosebleed. They pass the ball. The likes of Gravenberch grabs it, and they go forward. Salah, Salah goes from the left. I'm sorry, from the right. You know, crosses it in far post. Diaz comes in, headers it in, and he goes in. I mean, this is what we're doing. We're doing movements that's been practiced in training ground, and it's working on the pitch, and I like that because every attack there's a pattern in play. There's the actual instructions that's been given from the coaching staff of the players to do, and we're doing things that we don't really normally do. If you look at Salah, when did you ever see a Salah cross a ball with his right foot to the far post? I've never seen that in my life. I mean, Salah's doing outside the foot passes. He's doing, right foot passes, and there's a lot of stuff happening. But the most important thing is we're closing down their DM. Their DM is the one who actually starts off the attack, as you guys know, in every team. But when you put pressure on them, like Soboslai did in the game, they keep giving the balls away. And the defense, like I said, starts from the front, and and everybody goes as one. What I liked about Salah in this game, he was coming down here and defending and helping Trent. You see, if you double up here, in this position, triple up, put four players in these areas, you've got no chance of going past them because look, you're trapped, and that's what happened in this game, and that's what happened in the Ipswich game, and that's what happened in the Brentford game. Is a pattern of play that actually is good, but how long does that last? That's what I'm trying to say. So far so good. We've got the Klopp formation, sorry, the Klopp closing down. We've got the Arne Slot possession play. So the next step is the full Arne Slot way of playing for Liverpool. So I'd rather have something to look forward to than just being happy with what we got right now, if you know what I mean. And this is why, like, I'm asking a question about Arne Slot, if you know what I mean. So that's what I'm saying about the formation, guys. I hope you enjoyed what I'm talking about. Robertson doesn't really go forward a lot. Have you guys seen it against Man United, which is like this? It's like three at the back at times. So their attack doesn't, go forward as much as Arne Slot said. Arne Slot said after the game, like, their fullbacks go so high, so we gotta do something to counter that. So what he does is he puts the two wingers further up on the pitch, and he makes sure the two pivot midfielders and Soboslai defend for the team. If you know what I mean. So you do something like this, every angle is covered. If you know what I mean. If it's the left, you got McAllister there. If it's the middle, you got Soboslai there, and if it's the right, you got Gravenberch there to support Trent. So it's a great formation, absolutely great formation, man, and I love it. I love it because it shows, like, compared to the old days, we're studying opponents, and when you're studying opponents, that means like what you're facing. I got a feeling in the past we didn't study our opponents very much because we played the same formations, 4-3-3. We've got our formation. If you could break us down, you could break us down. If not, we will break you down. That's how the attitude that we had. Back and forth against teams, and it was just gun ho football. And we conceded goals in the first few minutes. Every team knew what to do against us, and the rest is history. It was frustrating. It was really frustrating about me and people. Gege says, I feel as though we are yet to be tested. Though thoughts, I think, like, we haven't been tested as much. You're right in that way. But what you need to understand, bro, we still haven't played the manager's way yet, and that's what I want to speak about next. So yeah, I'll answer your questions, guys. So get your questions through, man. That's what I'm here for, people. That's what I'm here for. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. So Genghis said, let me go back to the actual comment. I hope I said it right. Like I said, I feel as though we are yet to be tested. The thoughts, yeah, I agree to a certain extent. I thought Man United was a big test anyway. You know, like when the crowd is there and the team wants to beat you, and you have to, you have to do your bit, and we did. I mean, there's no bigger test against Liverpool than Man United. Let's just be realistic here, against the biggest test we always face is Man United, and I thought we came out of that, in a way that was impressive in my opinion. Yes, we've got to face Arsenal, we've got to face Man City. I think that's the biggest test that we need to know. Um, Especially Man City. I mean, especially at the Etihad as well. I'm more confident at Anfield than at the Etihad, if you know what I mean, brother. Um, and the club, the issue that we had, in my humble opinion, is we haven't tested them much at the Etihad. We haven't beaten them much at the Etihad. The only times we beat them at the Etihad is when the league is not on the line. I mean, so they really take it easy on us. They score in the first few minutes, and then we fall apart, and then the rest, how it goes. So this time, when we go to the Etihad, I think we've got to do some. You know what I like about Arne Slot's team? What I like about Arne Slot's team, we're willing to play ugly to win games. If you look at Man United game, we didn't out possession them. You know what I mean? Like pass them or anything like that. I think they were on top of most of the things, apart from the shots on target. So if we improve in things like this in the near future, I think we'll be fine, brother. And not only that, what I like about it is we're willing to play ugly to win games as well. We don't need to out-possession teams. We don't need to outrun teams, or anything like that. Compared to the Klopp team, that's what we kept on doing. Innit? We kept on trying to outrun teams, out-possession teams, to the point we got tired on the pitch, and we deflated. That's what happened. You know what I mean? We start off well, and then we just slowly come down from there, and then the other team takes over, like Man City, and beat us, if you know what I mean. So um I'm more confident in the way we play now, and what's to come, than I was ever before. Because with the manager, the best thing about Arne Slot is he's a head coach. He's no longer a manager. Sorry, he's no longer a manager. He's a head coach. So what he does is he concentrates on the team only. He doesn't concentrate outside the team. So his full focus is what's on the training ground and what's on the football pitch. And this is why we're doing so well so far. So far, so good. But things can change along the way as well. So yeah, just keep an eye on that, Genghis. But you're all right. You're all right. What you said, I like what you said. To be fair, um, we're yet to be tested, but I'm looking forward to those games. I'm really, really looking forward to the Arsenal games and the Man City game, because if we come out of those games with a win, it shows like we should be here. And there's a lot of things I said in the past about the starting 11 of Arsenal, the starting 11 of Liverpool, as we discussed in the previous stream, and only 3 Arsenal players I think got into the team. I think it was Saliba, uh, Odegaard, and Martinelli, I believe. Yeah, I think they voted for Martinelli, but I said Diaz is doing much better, so I think they changed their mind on that one. I think Diaz. Yeah, so it shows like player for player, we could compete with the best of them. It's just as a team, how can we like perform consistently on the pitch, and what can we do to take those guys off their perch? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, people, in the last 2 seasons, Arsenal finished above us, and it's unacceptable in my opinion. All these years we've been working hard to get to the top, and all of a sudden a team comes out of nowhere and takes our hard work and grit, you know what I mean, and turns it into their own. I mean, all these years, like 7, 8 years, we've been challenging Man City while everybody else giving up, and because of Man City spending. And then all of a sudden, Arsenal come out of nowhere and take our place. It's a frustration, in my opinion, and that's what I'm angry about more than anything. Um, all these years, like if you look at what Klopp has done, is he slowly tried to get to the top, and then we didn't sign the right place, and then what happened? Man City do whatever they want to do, and they win the leagues, and then all of a sudden Arsenal comes out of nowhere, takes our place, and we're accepting. The worst part of it is when we're accepting Arsenal to be second, and it's wrong. It's completely wrong because we're the bigger team here. We're the ones who won the Champions League. We're the ones who won the Premier League. They haven't. You know what I mean? And all that hard work that we did, they're taking credit for it now, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that, in my opinion. People, please do me a favor, man. Get the comments through, get the likes, get everything, and subscribe as well, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you guys. I want to see your comments. You know what I mean? Richard says, "Good afternoon, Fawzi. Assalamu alaikum. Respect to all Muslims, brothers and sisters. Like, comment, share, subscribe. LFC versus London Forest, 3 p.m., 14th of 9th. You never walk alone, and many thanks. I can't wait for it. I'm not going to the game. I'm going to be at home. I'm not going to do a watch along after that last watch along. I did a watch along, and I had about over 1,000 something views, and it disappeared. You know what I mean? Strange that one, isn't it? To YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to do a watch along on that one. Um. Yeah. So with Arne Slot, I like what I see. I like everything I see. You know what I mean? And once he starts getting his way of thinking to the team, I think we're going to be crazy. We're going to be one of those teams that's going to, put a lot of energy on the pitch, a lot of creativity on the pitch, and the preparation is what impresses me more than anything. If you think about it, guys, like we prepare for teams more than we did in the past. If it's Man United, we've got to prepare the way Man United plays. And you see Arne Slot after the games when he speaks. I don't like the way he speaks, obviously telling our formation and telling the press the way we open them up, the way we score the goals, because he's giving secrets away. But this is where Liverpool Football Club need to step in. Wow, that's a thunderstorm! Goodness gracious me! And it's not nice. It's not nice because you're giving our tactics away, like someone did in the past. If you know what I mean, people. You know what I mean. We don't want to hear that stuff. We want to keep our secrets and all that stuff. So that's something he's got to learn. That's something he's got to learn. But so far so good. So far so good. Richard says prediction 3-0 against Northern Forest. Yeah, I could see probably 3-0. Soboslai has to score now. Like we need him to start scoring from midfield because although the regular guys scoring goals like Jota, like Salah, like Diaz, we need goals from elsewhere. You know what I mean, from midfield as well. So if we have more goals, coming from elsewhere, I think we could do better during the season as well. Because when the team becomes predictable, other teams would defend better, know what you're going to do in the game and all that stuff. But if we have goals coming from elsewhere, the team can be more of a threat, if you know what I mean, like Trent to score more, Soboslai, McAllister, Gravenberch, Van Dijk, Konate, everybody contributes. You know what I mean? This is where the winning team, this is how teams start winning games because the contribution is from elsewhere, not from the predictable players. Jota, Salah, and Diaz. It's just predictable. If you look at the greatest teams of all time, they always had goals from elsewhere, from midfield, from attack, etc., and from defense as well. And that's what I want to see. Do you think we should rotate and against Nottingham Forest? Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's time Diaz starts a game, show us something different on the pitch, and show us that he's here to score goals. Because this is what we bought that guy for. We didn't buy Diaz to be a pedestrian on of the team. We need him to score goals. You know what I mean? We need him to contribute into the team, and he hasn't done that. He's on the bench now on a regular basis, which is frustrating in my opinion. 85 million pound striker. What are you doing on the bench? You should be in the team, scoring goals and creating goals and doing your part in the team. And yeah, it's frustrating me, man, because I backed that kid when he first came, and I could see qualities that he could produce on the pitch, and he hasn't done that. He hasn't done that. This is his second season at Liverpool. Sorry, third season at Liverpool. How long can we wait for a guy like him to score goals, man? It's frustrating. It's really frustrating, in my opinion. People, come on, man. I'm here for you guys. Well, obviously we need some more, likes and subscription on the channel. We're on the road to 2,000. We're obviously 300 away now, so we could get there with you guys as well. But yeah, I think we should rotate. I think Konate should rest and Kwanzaa should come in, and Robertson should come off, and Tsimikas should come in. In midfield, Curtis Jones is back, by the way, in training. People full training now, so that's another player back. Maybe take off Soboslai and bring on Elliot in that role. Maybe that, and like I said, take off Jota, take off the injury-prone players. If you know what I mean, like Konate, Jota, Robertson, these kind of players that get injured a lot. Maybe we have to take them off to get these players in, because the quality doesn't really go down much if they get replaced. You know, what I mean, Simikas is good enough. He's been good enough all preseason in the beginning of the season. And Harvey Elliott was the catalyst, for this new formation that we have in the preseason. He was doing pretty well. Scored, I think he created a couple of goals. Scored a goal as well, I think, in the preseason as well. And if we just rotate, you got Gakpo as well that can play on the left and take Diaz off. Maybe we could do something like that. These kind of games you could take risks like that because you're at home, and if things go wrong, you could bring on the firepower from the bench as well. So that's what I like about this. I really, really, really like it. Yes, people, come on, man. I'm here for you guys. Get the comments through, get the likes through, and everything like that. Let's do this. Let me see what Genghis is saying. I agree. Keeps giving away too much to the media. He's got to learn and chill real quick. Real quick. Sorry, Klopp became too predictable. Slot needs to stay unpredictable. Agree, Fozzy. Yeah, I guess I know my football, bro, and we need to learn about a lot of stuff, in my opinion. And this is where the people that train, with Slot, I don't think he knows the British press. That's why he says what he says. Because every single time they say something, he's shocked. And I said, bro, prepare yourself. You should have people actually preparing you for the press. You know what I mean? Because what you say nowadays is going to be held on your account. Because if you say something wrong in the future, they will use that against you, and that's what you don't want. I mean, and this can happen to Arne Slot. That's what I worry if he's not press trained. He needs to be trained internally by Liverpool Football Club, what to say, what not to say, and then and then he'll be fine after that, because you don't have to give away to the press everything. I mean, you can refuse things, and that's what he needs to do. Because in my opinion, he gives away a lot of stuff. I love the guy, brilliant guy, and everything like that, but just be quiet, man. Big up, Pride of Merseyside, Callum. Big up, brother. Big up. I see you change the name to full, like, it's a bigger name now. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, like I said, people, please hit the like button, subscription button, notification button, all that good stuff. I'm only going to be doing it on YouTube. No more doing it on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, man. Because, it takes away the subscription and the likes and all that stuff. We need everybody to be on the YouTube channel. What I might do is give 10 minutes to those people that on other platforms to come onto the YouTube channel. And then, we close it off. Maybe I'll do that on Friday. Yeah, it's the panel show. It's going to be very interesting. We're trying to get a Nottingham Forest fan on the show, so we could all chat to them, ask them questions about their club and what's coming. I mean, so yeah, it'd be very interested. Be very, very interested. Yeah. So yeah, enough about Arne Slot. I don't want to give away a lot, because I gave you the formation. It's different to Jurgen Klopp's formation, but still bits of it still there. The players are trying hard, but can this be a beginning of the season kind of thing? I mean, new manager, new formation, new tactics. Is it a beginning of the season, and as the season goes on, it disappears? And I don't want that to happen. I want things to continue improving. If you know what I mean, people. Like Genghis said, is these 3 games enough to show us like we can do better? I don't know. I really don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, Slot just needs his formation to be fully implemented in the team, and then we could start judging after that. I think it's too quick to judge right now. In my opinion, that is it. Yeah. So about Ryan Gravenberch, people. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. He plays for Holland in the last, international games. He's doing pretty well, people. Whether we like it or not, you know what I mean? He's doing pretty well and he's phenomenal, man. Absolutely phenomenal. You got to give the kid credit. I said it many times when people say, sell him, get rid of him. I said it many times that this kid is better than what you think, you know? He's playing in a role he shouldn't play, which is free in the midfield on the left hand side. You know what I mean? I did say he could be the next Junior Ronaldo. It still could be, you know what I mean? But to me, it's Gini Wijnaldum with more quality, if you know what I mean, going forward and, dribbling and passing as well. What I liked about it is when he intercepts the ball this season more than the previous season is his final ball. His final ball is always, in a good position. So the players could either cross it in or they could take a shot. That's what I like about him. And not only that, he runs forward towards the box as well. So he could take a shot if the ball, rebounds or the winger passes back to him as well. So this kid, what he's doing right now is out of this world. And I've always said that about Gravenberch. I was one of the guys who said give the guy a chance. 2 years out of the game, and not playing enough games does affect you. If you played football, you know what I mean. I coached in football. I played in football. When I come back from injury or I haven't played for a long time, I'm not going to perform the same way that I did, when I was doing consistent football in the past. And not only that, right now he's playing double pivot with McAllister. Who's do you guys remember McAllister and Caicedo and Brighton? How good they was. This is what I see at Liverpool Football Club. McAllister and Caicedo 2.0. I mean, and but Caicedo was a DM that breaks up play, not good on the ball. But if you look at Gravenberch, he's good with the ball. So it's Caicedo plus, if you know what I mean. So them two, they're playing in a certain way with Soboslai in front of them that complements all three. You know what I mean? All three of them, and it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I hope they keep it up. I hope there's no injuries as well. And so far it's so good. So far so good. They know the connection. They know how to pass to each other. They know when to back each other. If you see the goals against Manchester United, it was just it's crazy. Like some of the interceptions and some of the forward play, it was just crazy. I had to look about when Diaz won the ball in the second one, McAllister dragged it over his foot and then he passed it to Diaz. And Diaz passed it to Salah, and Salah passed it back to Diaz outside the foot, and Diaz slotted it in the bottom corner. Look at that play. That's something in the training ground, people. That's something they already knew, like that could happen on the pitch. Because like with Casemiro, he's never seen a game like this before. Nobody's put him under pressure as we did in that game, and he was shocked. He was shook. He was actually shook in the game. I saw him when Diaz actually got the ball off him. He dropped to the floor. He wanted to handle the ball. You know what I mean? He was willing to grab the ball back. He thought it could be a foul, but he didn't. And the rest, as I explained, this is a continuous thing that's happening in our game. And don't ever believe these fans that says Man United lost that game because of because of their mistakes. It wasn't because of their mistakes. It's because it was pattern of play that was planned before the game. I mean, so it's madness, man. It's absolutely madness. People, come on, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button, notification button, all that good stuff. I'm here for you guys, as I always say. Thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate you guys. I really do. Genga says back from international break. Expect unexpected. Hence, I'm going Liverpool 2-1. Yeah, it could be tired. The players could return tired. You know what I mean? McAllister had some issues from what I've heard. But even when they said that, he actually played the game, didn't he? And scored it in the game as well. What I worry about McAllister at the moment, he's playing too many games. International football plus club football. This is what angers me when I'm watching McAllister. Since the World Cup, I don't think that poor guy has a rest. You know what I mean? So when is he gonna have a rest? When is he gonna show us the McAllister that we know, that we come to love last season? This is why I agree with the rotation, guys. There's got to be a lot of rotations in the team, because we don't want to overextend the players on the pitch, and injury starts happening, because we're human beings, guys. We're human beings. I mean, we need refueling. We need a rest, to come back to what we was before. And that's what worries me when I'm watching our players playing too many games. Look at Odegaard now for Arsenal. He's injured. I mean, his leg twisted. I don't know how that guy can play in the next few games after what I saw. It's just too many games. What's this Nation League about, people? I don't watch international football that much anyway. What is this Nation League about, man? Can someone explain that to me? Because it's weird. Why are we playing these games in these unnecessary tournaments? It's beyond frustrating, in my opinion, when I'm watching that. There shouldn't be no nation or national, whatever they call it, useless league. I mean, you're putting these players in harm's way. Look after the players. Why is Van Dijk still playing there? The one I don't understand is Salah. Why is Salah still playing for bloody Egypt? I know he's got his 100 cap and all that stuff, but you're not going to win anything with this team. So just in the latter stage of your career, just concentrate on club football. Your team is aging. They're not there anymore, but you're still playing for them. I don't understand why Salah is still traveling around with Egypt at this age. At 32 years old, he's still traveling around. Why don't you prolong your career, stay at Liverpool, and start performing on a regular basis for us? Come on, brother. Like, come on, like it's beyond belief, man. Yes, Callum. Amsterdam, Liverpool, South America, Liverpool. I'd rather see Gatpo start Saturday over Diaz. Yeah, it's just too much traveling, Callum. Too much, brother. And it's frustrating. Like, these players are not young. Look at Van Dijk as well. I mean, he's 33 years old. What are you still playing for Holland for, man? Prolong your club career, prolong your football, try to win some more things in club level. And I'm hearing Van Dijk saying, I want to play in the next World Cup. Come on, bro. Come on, man. You don't need that. You don't need that, man. Come on. Adiri, I think. I don't. I'll just call you. I'll call you AK. AK says, "How hi Fozzy, how are you? I would back Paul Mitchell and Eddie Howe for Newcastle United, and I would bring back Amanda. I can't say that name, but yeah, to Newcastle United. Ray. I don't know what's going on with the football club, mate. You asked me this question before, I believe, about Newcastle. And I replied to you in a genuine way. I said to you, like, you're in a good position. You never expected Newcastle to be where you guys are. So I don't understand why people are complaining a lot at Newcastle, if you know what I mean. And you should be happy. You got rid of those Cockney guys, you know what I mean, you always said. Um, and now, like, you got ownership that's going to spend in the future, that's going to get you up the league. You know what I mean? You're no longer fighting relegation. So you should be happy with what you got. Be grateful, like I always say, you know what I mean? Because you haven't got those owners anymore that used to put you in harm's way. You've got, I mean, you're building a team there. Just give it time, man. Rome wasn't built in a day. I mean, things take time, and you'll get there eventually, because your fan base deserves it. All that crap you've been taking down the years, you deserve better. I agree, but you got better now. You got better than most teams. You're the richest club in the world now. So just take your time, man. Just take your time. You'll get there eventually. Edward, what's going on, brother? 10 games, I think, and we'll see what slot is like. You're spot on, bro. I think we're judging too much too quickly, bro. I honestly think that. I think people need to calm down. I think I need to calm down as well when I'm talking about the Arsenal versus Liverpool. The starting 11 combined. They are more of a team than us at the moment. You know what I mean? But we've got the players. That's one things as well. So with time, if we gel well and everybody pulls their weight, I think we'll be up there, man. It's a long season to go in it. Don't forget, last season we stopped the league majority of the time as well, more than the other two. It's just that at the end of the season we dropped off because injuries started hitting us. We got tired, fatigued, and then we know the screw job at Tottenham. We know the screw job at Anfield versus Man City. So many screw jobs happened to us last season. If we got those points in those games, who knows what we could have been? You know what I mean? But you know what frustrates me more than anything, guys? Like, we've been at the top for so many years. Down the years, we could have overtaken Man United and all that stuff, and we didn't take that opportunity. That's what frustrates me. This is what these ownership don't understand as well. You had that opportunity to become the best team in the league again, in all accounts. Yes, we've got the most trophies, but in all accounts, I want to be the most FA Cup. I want to be the most leagues. I want to be the most Champions League Cups, etc. I want to have the most at everything. You know what I mean? So far, we've got obviously the Champions League. We've got the UEFA Cup, Europa Cup, as they call it. We've got the League Cup. So if we could get the other lot, the other, like the Premier League, the FA Cup on top of that, then nobody can speak to us. You know what I mean? We could just put our feet up and rest, and everybody serve us. You know what I mean? Serve us, be our servants. That's the whole point. We didn't take the opportunity. That's what angers me. You know what I mean? And we had a great manager that could get us there, but hopefully this manager can do that as well. I really really hope that. Yes, 10 games. Yeah, you're right, Edward. Good point you made about our midfield trio. Slot is basically playing with three number eights, ball playing midfielders. Someone like Agate won't work. Yeah. That's why they wanted to do with Mendy. Agate was available, wasn't he? Like, look at Man United again. But the thing is, Man United are getting a reject. You know what I mean? Why is PSG getting rid of Agate? Why? What's the reason? You must be really crap if PSG gets rid of you. How can you, as a midfielder, not perform in that league as well? It's a terrible league. You know who's going to win the league before it even starts. I mean, you might as well just give it the trophy before even the league starts as well. If you know what I mean? And yeah, it's a strange one. Yeah. People, do me a favor. Please hit the like button, subscription button, notification button, all that good stuff. Get in the comments, man. I'm here for you guys as always, man. I'm here for you guys as always. I love Virg, but he's bad for Netherlands. Yeah, it's a strange one, bro. I don't know why that guy plays. They concede a lot of goals with him at the back because he's playing with Delit. Did you see Delit the other day, people? Wow. Delit, man. What a waste of money. What a waste of money. If a guy plays for like Bayern Munich and Bayern Munich go out to get Eric Dyer on loan to replace him, something must be wrong here, guys. Like, something must be wrong. I mean, how can you be replaced by Eric Dyer? Think about it. And Man United are buying that player that got replaced by Eric Dyer. Yeah, Delit is terrible, man. The problem with Delit is he chose the wrong path in his career, which is straight away trying to get the money, straight away play for a big team. He should have went to a team that can develop his career. You know what I mean? Like a Liverpool or, someone along those lines. That's what he needed to do. He chose the wrong career path, in my opinion. Hence why you see what you see. I mean, and as well, you know what I mean? I've always said that. Look at Mbappe now. Nobody takes Mbappe seriously. I don't. I don't give a damn about Mbappe. I don't really consider him as a world-class player because he chose not to be world-class player. And he chose the money over world-class. That's what I always say about some players. Like Harry Kane had the opportunity to win trophies, but he chose to stay at Tottenham. You're never going to win big trophies at Tottenham, mate. You could try and try. You know what I mean? I've been saying that for years. I don't know why Tottenham fans are on this platform. Yes, they make it into top four now and again, but you haven't won a bloody major trophy since 1961. 1961. People are great granddads now and grandmas. You know what I mean? And you're telling me we have to take these teams seriously? And you know what I hate about Tottenham fans when they're debating with Liverpool fans, say to us, "You've only won one league title. What have you won?" Come on, man. I really get frustrated when Tottenham fans have an opinion. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why have Tottenham fans got opinions on social media? What have they done in football? Everton have done more. Nottingham Forest have done more. Aston Villa has done more. Derby County has done more. I mean, these teams have done more. Leeds United, they've got more of a say than you. Joke, man. Absolute joke, man. People give them platforms, man. I'll never speak to. It frustrates me when I hear that you've only won one league title. Who are you to tell me, man? Who are you to tell me? Do you think we should rotate us? Yeah, I said that already. We'll see. Use Jones, Endo, Kaleha, Gomez, Kwanzaa, Nunez, Gakpo, Chiesa. Chiesa's too early, bro. I think he needs a lot of training for him to, for us to integrate him with the team. You know what I mean? So he needs to understand the way we play. Maybe coming off the bench in the last 20 minutes, something like that. Just learn your craft at the club, and then eventually, once you understand the way we play, you could, start playing on a regular basis. While I come back Chiesa as well, he could play in the front three, he could play on the right, he could play in the middle, he could play in the left as well. He's got more. He's got better stats on the right hand side, people believe it or not, than on the left. Because a lot of people thought like he'd be better on the left, coming inside, trying to curl in top corner. But he's got better stats on the right, from what I've heard as well. So, too early for him. Endo, maybe, he could replace McAllister. Kelleher talking too much at the moment, about he should have left. Why don't you talk about leaving in the beginning of the transfer window so we could drive you out? Why are you crying after the transfer window? That's what I don't understand. This is where you're gonna get those people after you, Kelleher. Just keep your mouth shut until the window opens again, and then in January you could go to whatever club that you want, but they have to pay the right money. Ramsdale can't go for 25 million. and then we're gonna let you go for 7 million to Nottingham Forest? No, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, like be fair. You know what I mean? Like, come on. We need. How can Liverpool sell players for cheap like that? I mean, we developed you. We turned you into the goalkeeper that you are. If clubs are interested in you, it's because the way we developed you. So if we want to sell you for 30 million, that's how much we want, and we have to sell you for 30 million because, like they say, every club that every money that's paid to Liverpool Football Club goes back to the the transfer kitty. So yeah, 7 million. Are you winding me up? Are you winding me up? No, thank you. No, thank you very much. Yeah, I listen. Jones is too early for him. I think he's just come back from injury. Kelleher, maybe because they're traveling with Allison. Gomez, yeah. Gomez has to play. Kwanzaa, I said that in the beginning, he could replace Konate because we don't want to overextend Konate. The more he plays, the more injuries he gets. But with Konate, the issue with him at the moment is he can't win his French place back, and he's struggling. He's not struggling, but Kwanzaa was picked ahead of him in the beginning of the season. So if Kwanzaa performed as we expected in the beginning of the season, would we see Konate? Not really, not really. You know what I mean? So he needs to be consistent, Konate, to win. The France place and the Liverpool place. He needs to be consistent now. The more injuries that he gets, the less game time he will get. For France and Liverpool. So he needs to start performing on a regular basis. Stop going for stupid challenges, man. He goes for a lot of stupid challenges, Konate. I've noticed, guys, and it's really frustrating because I was watching a game. I was live. I was sitting in the Kenny Dalglish stand last season in pre-season. He went for a challenge, and I knew it. He was going to get injured because he just overextends and he slides and all that stuff. And then if someone hits the knee, it will injure you, and that's what happened to him. I could hear the noise as well, gunk, when he went for the challenge, and he got injured because with Konate, it's his fault these things happen. It's nobody else's fault. It's Konate's fault these things happen. So this is what people need to understand. He goes in for why does Van Dijk always? Why is Van Dijk always fit? Because he doesn't do stupid challenges. You know what I mean? He does calm as you like, calm as you like. Challenge when you have to, but don't put yourself in harm's way. Win the header if you have to, but don't put yourself in harm's way. That's what Van Dijk does on a consistent basis, people, as well. Come on, people. I'm here for you guys, man. Get the comments through, man. I'm reading them out, aren't I? And get the likes up as well. Next 5 games, Northern Forest, AC Milan, Bournemouth, West Ham, and Wolves. Look at that, Richard. In normal circumstances, that's all 3 points, isn't it? But it depends on the players that's playing. If we have the majority of the players coming back with no injuries, we will be fine, my friend. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. But that's a guaranteed 3-pointer, isn't it? That's a guaranteed 3-pointer. So Kwanzaa in international under 21's been playing pretty well. Got man of the match as well. The kid, if you know what I like about Arne Slot, people, he gave tough love to him, and ever since then, his performances have improved. So I like that. I really like that. That's proper management, that is. And if it was Klopp, he'd probably give him the hug and do better next game. But if you give players tough love in the beginning and make them understand your performances has to be in a high level consistently, it will make them think, oh damn, I can't make those mistakes that I used to under the previous regime. Now I have to be on be consistently performing at a higher level on the pitch, and this is what he's doing at the moment, Kwanzaa. Ever since that Ipswich game, what I've seen of him, he's performing at a higher level, and I like that. Tough love works, people. That's what I say to people. Like at the moment, the manager is no longer there, giving you arm, and all that stuff, and telling you, oh, you do better next time. Now it's tough love. You have to perform in a higher level in every game that you play, and I love that about Arne Slot. To be fair, guys. Yeah, listen, Kwanzaa is a quality youngster. I believe in him. I think he's going to be one of the best defenders in the future as well. What I like about him as well, he always talks about, I want to be the best defender in the world. I like that. I love, when players have ambitions and they tell it to your face, I love that. That makes me think this player wants to be at the top. You never hear him talk about contracts. You never hear him talk about money. Kwanzaa only talks about winning, and he wants to be the best defender in the world, and he watches all the best defenders in the world, in the past and present as well. And that's something I like about Kwanzaa, man. We've got a good kid here, man. We've got a good, powerful kid as well, dominant kid as well, man. The next step is the consistency and making the right challenges, making the right passes, going in the other box, scoring some goals as well, and covering for your teammates when they have to. Because that's what I said about Saliba. Saliba can get himself out of trouble when I watch him, and he does the simple passes. But when he needs to like get his teammate out of trouble, as you saw that Brighton game when he ran the wrong way, he doesn't do it. He doesn't know how to get his teammates out of trouble because he doesn't want to make that mistakes. Like if you make a mistake, people are gonna hold it against you. But if you're not afraid to make a mistake, then improve on that mistake in the future. Then you learn your way of football. This is what I'm saying. When players go into pitches, I can't make a mistake. It's the wrong way of thinking. I've always said that even in jobs, make mistakes, learn from it. Then you become a better player. Yeah, I like Joe Kwanzaa. I really like him. I really like him. I've always said good things about him because you can see a quality in a defender, guys, and this is what I see in it of him when I watch him. Yeah, from what I've heard, Virgil Van Dijk wants to extend his Liverpool contract. I think Liverpool are working on it now because what they said was once the transfer window closes, we're going to start working on the contracts of Virgil, Salah, and Trent. So Virgil could be getting 2-year extension onto his current contract. I don't think they're going to get a lot of wages on top of that as well, because don't forget at this age they go down, don't they? They don't really go up. So this is the level we're going to see Virgil for now. Is he gonna stay like this, or is he gonna drop from there? So I like it. 2-year contract for Virgil. The extension is a good thing in my opinion. The likes of Kwanzaa and Konate can learn off him still, and he can be the standard for these two. Now that like you're gonna stay slightly longer, you could tell the likes of Kwanzaa and Konate what to do off the pitch, if you know what I mean, as well as on the pitch. Teach them teach them the Van Dijk way. That's what I say, because Van Dijk to me is the best Premier League defender I've seen in my lifetime. I mean, I've always said Rio and the likes of Sol Campbell and things like that. I never rated John Terry because John Terry always needed backup, runners around him. But when you got great defenders that can play with anyone and don't complain about what they have to play with, they're the best. They are the best. I mean, when I look at Van Dijk, I've never seen a defender like this. That's perfect. I mean, he can run with the best of them. He can head with the best of them. He could pass the ball with the best of them. He could take shots with the best of them. He can score from in the other box with the best of them. He could do everything. What's missing from Van Dijk? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I've never seen a defender like this for years. For years, man. Maldini is the last one I've seen like that. You're forgetting Maldini when he came on the scene. Maldini, because they had a great right back. I forgot his name. It begins with B. They had a great right back, Milan. So what Maldini did is train himself with the left foot so he could play on the other side. That's how determined Maldini was. And yeah, it's crazy when you hear that, isn't it? He's not even left-footed. He made himself left-footed to play on the left side because he couldn't get into the right-hand side. And Maldini, the rest is history. He could play centre back as well as full-back positions. Yeah. So yeah, he's got to be up there. He's got to be up there. Beckenbauer, Maldini, Baresi's, the greatest defenders of all time. Ramos. I mean, if you look at Ramos and Van Dijk, like, come on, man. It's night and day in my opinion. I don't know why Saliba said Ramos over Van Dijk. I didn't know. Listen, anyone that plays with Real Madrid would look world class. Look at Mbappe. He's desperate now. He's playing for Real Madrid because his career is not going to plan. So now he plays for Real Madrid. He's going to score goals. Oh, all of a sudden, Ballon d'Or winner. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Harry? Cheap way of football. I say cheap way of football, people. That's what it is. Yeah. Hang on. Let me just read this comment. Sorry about that, guys. Hi, Fuzzy. Are you so Hermoso? I don't know who that is. Hermoso signed for Newcastle. Memphis Depay signed for Newcastle, and Adrian Rabiot signed for Newcastle. Kevin Zezon signed for Newcastle. Jonathan David arriving at Newcastle. I think the transfer window is closed, bro. You know what I mean? You're gonna wait a long time for transfers now, the way it's going, bro. Like, so a few months time, like you have to wait until January, innit? So I think Rabiot is the only one that can sign for someone now because it's free transfer. The rest of them, I think, it's a different thing, innit? I love Verge, but he's bad for Netherlands. I read that one already. The lit isn't the lit of 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, it destroyed his career, bro. It destroyed his career. Good, good for Man United, didn't it? Uh, as I said, how can you go to a different team and and get Eric Dyer and replace the lit? Doesn't make any sense in my opinion. Doesn't make any sense at all. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So with Virgil, 2 years extension, I've heard. So let it come, and we could talk about him. Once that happens, because it'll be great. It'll be great to keep Virgil. I've always said it. Football's about consistency. If you've got consistent players in the team, that's going to be performing all the time. Um, in a higher level, give them what they deserve. Like I've always said about Virgil and about Salah and Trent and all that stuff. They could have had the pick of Europe's teams in the past. They chose to stay at Liverpool Football Club. If they still think they could perform in a higher level, give them a year extension or something. You know what I mean? Because they stayed with you even through your dark times. You know what I mean? And never complain about going to another club. A lot of players would have done that, but they haven't done that. So give them what they deserve, man. Van Dijk is a top performer, man. Never changes. 2 year extension? No, why not, man? With Salah, what I say about Salah is give him a year extension. Give him a year extension on performances. Obviously, he's performing at a higher level, as he always does in the beginning of the season. Salah never fails to amaze me in the beginning of the season. He's always doing the same stuff, and he's always performing at a higher level. Um, But it's as the season goes on. What's always letting Salah down is when it comes to international football, when the African nations come about in some stage of the season, his performances, always goes the other direction, and that's what we don't want from Salah. What we want from him to do is play for Liverpool Football Club and win titles with Liverpool Football Club. I don't really give a damn about Egypt. I really don't. It disrupts our season. If you look back at history, Liverpool, deflates when Salah goes to African nations because he comes back different, and he doesn't come back the same player that left, and all of a sudden he plays for the team and it disrupts the way we play. If you look at last season when Jota was there, obviously Jota got injured, but when he was there playing in the Salah position, Jota was playing like a leader. We were scoring more goals. We was as a team. I'm talking about. We was creating more chances. Once Salah came back, he came back injured, as you remember. Played a few games, got injured again. And it's just the season just went pear shaped, man. It was sad because if we kept up the performances as we did, we would have been champions, guys. We would have been champions, but we didn't do things according to plan, which is frustrating. Really frustrated to be that. Yeah. It's frustrating to be fair. I'm trying to get the lighting so I don't see these shadows behind me, people. This side half an A is gone. Yeah, but get the comments through, guys. Yeah, with Salah, I'll say a year extension with performances as they're working on the contracts right now. Because if you give like a 2 to 3 years contracts, especially their age guys, they won't perform in the higher level. They will never perform in the higher level. That's what scares me. They're all playing for contracts at the moment, but when you want to win the league and competitions, and you give them the contract early, I think they're playing a game. I honestly think they're playing a game. They want to see how the team is performing until January. If we're still up there, then they're going to offer them a contract, I think, in regards to these players. With Trent, it's a different story, isn't it? He's 25 years old. Finally, he's been released from prison. Trent, he's playing for England consistently. I don't think we're going to see Carl Walker again. I think Trent is taking that right back position. Do you see the way England play? They play differently. They create more chances. The defense is not as much as trouble as before. I still understand. You've never won anything with Carl Walker in the past 10 years. Why you think you're going to win with Carl Walker now? You know what I mean? It doesn't. Carl Walker will be good if you're facing Mbappe or Vinicius Junior or someone like that. But if you want creativity and moving forward and getting goals, Trent is your guy. You know what I mean? I don't understand. You see in the past few games, England look different. I mean, and finally, he's been released from prison, and you can see the quality of the team. They're better passing now. They think forward more. They play as a team, and everybody has their say in the game. It's crazy. It's crazy the way all of a sudden you a different manager sees the light. Yeah, Southgate just ruined everybody, man. Big up Films of LA. Big up, guy. Big up, brother. I don't know where everybody is, man. I just turned up and nobody's supporting me today. No one is supporting me in the comments today. But I've been trying to get you guys on a regular basis. The chat to do our own thing. You know what I mean, on the side. Because when I do the panel show, it's very very hard to read all the comments because people have to speak, and I don't like to interrupt. I'm not rude in it. I don't like to interrupt those guys, so I let them speak, and then I read the comments as much as I can, and I don't want to be rude to both sides. So what I do is I come the next day, I do this show, so the guys in the comments can get their own thing going as well, ask questions, and have their own point of view, if you know what I mean as well. Yeah, big up, Liverpool True Channel, man. Rabiot is still free agent, but his mum is his agent, and he's holding the clubs to ransom. Yeah. Listen, when your mum's your agent, just avoid those clubs, man. Don't ever go to those players. Don't ever go to those players because it's all about the money, isn't it? It's all about the money. It's nothing to do with It's nothing to do with the player's career in mind. I think it's just all about the money. The mum wants the money and all this stuff, and it's that. And there's no other thing, and that's why I feel sorry for Rabiot. I think his career went downhill because you know he didn't have proper advice. That's what he needs. People advising him who know the game, who know the ins and outs of the game, and he hasn't had that in his entire career. Hence why he keeps going to different clubs that don't really need him, which is sad. Because I rate Rabiot, man. But the thing is, I think he's injury prone as well. I think he's injury prone. He gets injured a lot. That's the problem with him, and that's what he needs to improve on, in my opinion. Yeah, 100%. Fozzy, do you think when Pep goes, we can become Liverpool of the 80s, winning titles serially? Yeah. Listen, we was crazy, innit, back in the day. But the thing is, with Pep Guardiola, the reason he wins titles, guys, and I've always said about Pep Guardiola, is he's brainwashing people into this formation that's play from the back, passing, all this stuff, and every team is trying to do the same thing. It's like the leader of the pack kind of thing, and it's wrong, in my opinion. Teams should have their own formation. Coaches should have their own formation, sorry, and managers, so they could, challenge the likes of City away and at home and all that stuff. When all the teams are playing like Pep Guardiola, who's going to be on top? The guy who created it, right? That's what I'm trying to say. He knows the ins and outs of that formation. So this is why teams struggle against Man City. They play the same way. This is why the likes of Crystal Palace, Brentford, and Bournemouth and teams like that beat Man City, because they have their own way of playing, which is hard hitting football. Different to this tiki taka football. They struggle against teams like that because those kind of teams play their own way of football, which is different from Pep Guardiola. And the likes of us, Arsenal, Man United, all these big teams play the same way of Pep Guardiola. Hence why he always beats us. If we step away from that and play our own way, play ugly if you have to win games, then you'll be fine. And this is what I like about Arne Slot. Although he's a graduate of Pep Guardiola, but he still has his own way to accommodate those games. You know what I mean? Like he said in his press conference when he came to Liverpool, I am willing to play ugly football to win games. And I like that. I don't want to play pretty football every single time. Like I said in the beginning of this stream, if you look at the Man United game, they outpossessioned us. I think they outrun us and all this stuff. But we still controlled that game and won the way we wanted to win it. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say, people. Yeah, but like I said about Trent, guys, he's he will sign a contract. I'm convinced now because the way the team is going, because I had that doubt about it before. You remember I said don't ever think because he's a scout he wants to stay at Liverpool, things like that. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm sure he's going to sign a new contract because the way he's acting on the pitch, the way he's acting, the way he's talking after the game, the way he's going to the fans, giving them the kiss and all that stuff. It shows the boy wants to stay and he will get that contract eventually as well. With Trent, what people are going to ask is if he gets that that 300,000 a week or whatever it is, are you going to be performing in a higher level consistently? Because if we give you that bag, that means you have to perform in the highest level. You can't, you can't really deflate from there. Because people are still going to ask you, we give you this much money, why are you underperforming on the pitch, brother? Why can't you defend properly? You know what I mean? So if he wants that money, like people are saying about 300,000, and he gets it, he has to be consistent in his performances, which is high level in running, high level in defending, high level in creativity, and set pieces as well. So everything, and not only that, your position on the pitch, you have to take the right positions, and that's what he has to do. So all that stuff has to be in top form. And can he do that? We'll have to wait and see when he gets the contract. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what they're working on. Oh, 3 players are going to sign a contract. Oh, new signings for Liverpool Football Club. New signings. We've got new signings, people. Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk. It's like new signings. They're going to bribe us with that nonsense, man. Crazy, crazy stuff, man. What is it? Sorry, guys. Is Jaden Dance still injured? Yeah, still injured, bro. He meant to go to Plymouth, innit? I like Jaden Dance. I really like Jaden Dance, guys. That kid's gonna be a star, That kid's gonna be a star. I'm telling you, man. I've got hope for that kid. Honestly, I've got hope for that kid. What I like about him, yeah, is his the way he plays is it's like Harry Kane. It's just watching a younger version of Harry Kane. I'm not saying in a bad way, but in a good way, because he can finish, he can run, he could take free kicks, he could drop deep, he could do a lot of damage. That kid. The future looks bright for him if he stays fit and if his performances don't go down from here. But he's got a long way to go. He's still a kid, isn't he? He's still a kid. He's got a long way to go. I really liked him. I put that on Twitter, I remember, and everybody started saying the same thing afterwards. I started it off on Twitter, and everybody says, "Yeah, he's like Harry Kane, trying to take my limelight, man. Don't take my limelight. I know talent when I see one, brother." Dan's looks even more promising than Brewster did. Yeah, 100%, 100%, man. Is that finishing in it in the FA Cup game, bro? That finishing was just like a Harry Kane kind of finishing, bro. He knows how to finish. I watched him the youth after that game. I said, man, this guy. When I watched him in that game, I said he's really good. So I started watching him thoroughly, and I started looking at YouTube videos. He could do more than what you see, Callum. He could do more than what you see, bro. And he will be like a powerhouse in the future, mate. I'm telling you right now, he will be a powerhouse in the future. No doubt about Jaden Dance. No doubt about that, bro. Hour 25 minutes. We will be back at some stage, probably tomorrow, probably obviously on Friday. We're going to do the panel debate show. But people, do me a favor, share the channel around and hit that like button, hit that subscription button, notification button, all that good stuff. I hope you like what I brought you today. I have to think outside the box sometimes, innit? I can't keep bringing you the same boring stuff every single time. It's a Liverpool channel, innit? I can't really bring you much outside the Liverpool stuff, you know what I mean? So all I need from you guys is like, it's free, subscribe is free, and put the comments on there if you need to talk to me, and I'll put it up and I'll talk to you about it. Relay it in my own way as well. So yeah, just do that for me, man. Do that for me, and Nuru Beats, of course, and the rest of the guys, Uncle Rods, Anton. There's so many of us on here as well. We've got our own group, and we're gonna build. And yeah, the aim is like 50 likes in every stream. So let's try to get to 50 likes, and let's get to 400, 500 watches as well. So we're gonna try our best. We're gonna try our best, guys. But I appreciate you guys who come on today. Even though like it's not everybody all the time, I like people turn up for me, and and help me out with the comments, because it means a lot. And I hope you like what we bring you as well. Let me just read the last comment from Callum. Question: is Liverpool versus Everton bigger than Man United now? Going off results last season, I'd say so. With Man United, bro, is always going to be the biggest rivalry in world football because of the achievements for both clubs. Don't forget that. What I mean? With Everton, it's a big game because it's a local rival, but there's no hatred, as much as the Man United one. Because Man United is always going to be the biggest one. We don't buy players from each other. We don't like each other. I mean, And some of the word some of the songs that both teams sings to each other, it's not nice. But yeah, that's a bigger rivalry, bro. It's always going to be the biggest rivalry. Everton used to be the friendly derby back in the day until they turned on us. I don't know why. It's a strange one. But yeah, I think I'm always gonna hate Man United more than Everton. But I think the local people is Everton more than the actual, Man United one. I think so. I think so. From what I've heard, anyway. But for me, it's always gonna be Man United. When was the last time we bought players from each other? When was the last time we even said good things about each other? We don't. We don't. We don't, man. We don't. And I like it like that. You know what I mean, I don't like Manx. I hate Manx, and I'm always gonna hate Manx as well. Okay, people, that's me done here. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you soon, man. Take care, everybody. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that.